Hi, my name is Professor Karen Goodlad, and I'm a professor in the Department of Hospitality Management, and I'm also an academic advisor.
My name is Martha. I am a current second-year student here at City Tech. I'm studying hospitality management, and I'm also the current City Tech Tea Club president.
What we're going to do is we're actually going to review an academic advising session that we had just about a week ago, and how to complete an academic planner, talk about prerequisites, co-requisites, and make sure that you yourself graduate in the time that you would like to. So when Martha and I met, we started off with an email communication, and then we did meet over Zoom. It was a great opportunity to talk through a few things. In other scenarios, academic advising can be done completely via email. Academic advising can sometimes be done in a group session, and yet, coming soon, we can also meet in person more often. So Martha, you contacted me for an academic advising session. How did you find me?
Yeah, so it was actually pretty easy. I just headed to the academic advising page, and I looked at the advisors list, scrolled down to match my last name initial, and I matched it with yours.
Maybe we can let everybody that's watching today know what you included in your email so that everybody can be prepared as well.
So pretty simple. I just included my name, last name, my degree, and I included my Ample ID, which I know makes it easier to find the student.
So much
and
easier.
I also included the reason for the meeting that I wanted to have with you, which was to plan my career plan worksheet.
So when we made the appointment, Martha came in with her academic planner partially completed. It included the courses she had already completed, the courses she's currently taking, and also planned for 2 semesters out, so for the whole next year. How did you find that information?
Yeah, so to look for my courses, I mostly guide myself using my degree audit on the DegreeWorks, which includes all the courses, so it was fairly easy to manage.
Also, you can use your sample course of study, which is found on all the degree program on the City Tech website. Those sample course of studies have a lot of information in there, and the faculty have worked diligently to make sure that sample course of study will help students graduate within 4 or 8 semesters. So what you want to do is you use this as a guide. Your path to graduation might be different than what the sample course of study offers. On the screen is a sample academic planner. This planner is designed for a hospitality management student. So you can see in the first semester, the student is taking all required courses, including English 1101 and Math 1190. It's very important for students to get those prerequisites complete very early on in their academic experience. So take a look at your sample course of study, complete your English course requirements, and complete your math course requirements. Pay special attention to your math requirements. Here, for a hospitality student, we are requiring Math 1190, but some degrees will require as many as 3 or more math courses to be taken in sequence. If you continue to look at the degree planner, you'll notice in semester 5, Martha has planned to take Hospitality Management 4900. That's an elective course. What we need to take into consideration is prerequisites. What did we do to address this issue?
4900 class. We moved that to my 6th semester, and instead I will be taking the Hospitality 2402 and 2405 classes during the 5th semester.
Yes, and those are prerequisites for you to take your
for the next
upper level electives.
4900.
In that same semester, semester 5, Martha is planning to take a liberal arts course and a creative expression course, which allowed us to have a really great conversation actually about interdisciplinary courses.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is we want to consider interdisciplinary courses, which is a required course for all baccalaureate degree candidates. How did you find the information, and what did you decide to take?
Yeah, so it was fairly easy again. Just how I found you as my advisor, I just went to the academic advising webpage, but instead I headed over to the general education section and scrolled down to find the interdisciplinary courses, and the whole list of them was right there.
And in that list, we found a lot of courses that were really interesting, focusing on the African American Studies courses was actually a great example for today. Because if you look at those African American Studies courses, there are very distinct prerequisites that you need to take, and one of them is an African American Studies course.
Yes.
So if you notice on the degree planner, what we wrote was liberal arts. It's going to fulfill that requirement, but then we put AFR with just X's next to it because we don't know what course you're going to take. It's still still a year away.
Yeah.
So we wanted to have that flexibility to take an African American Studies course, but we didn't choose exactly which one yet. Same semester, take a look at the creative expression. Right? So here was another opportunity for you to make a choice of what you wanted to take. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, so again, it's just listed as English 2 with the X's after. So I don't know which one exactly I'll be taking, but I do know I want to take an English class as that creative expression.
So that's a great way to use your planner, okay? We didn't decide on the exact course, but we know that we're going to take certain requirements during certain semesters, and by planning it out now, we know that you'll have the prerequisites that you need so that you can take those higher level courses.
Yeah.
So we've spent the last couple of minutes looking at Martha's academic planner. When you meet with your advisor, and when you're completing your own planner, you may have other questions in mind. For instance, are any of the courses in your major offered in the winter or summer? Maybe it's about your elective courses. Which is best for you? Does it fit your interest and skills? Maybe you're planning to go to graduate school, and that's what you want to ask about to make sure that you have the right courses for graduate school. You may have even heard that some classes are really intense, and maybe you don't want to take them at the same time. You can talk to your advisor about whether or not splitting them up is a good idea or a bad idea. So you may have other questions that you would like to ask your academic advisor. Write them down. Make sure they're answered so that you can plan your path to graduation. Before we end, I have 2 tips for you. One, when you're working with your academic planner, make sure to download it off of the internet and work on it as a PDF. You can save it and edit it as you continue in your academic experience at City Tech. Second, really make sure you understand the prerequisites that are required for you to accomplish your degree. You want to plan ahead so that you can take courses in sequence.
Thank you, Professor, for meeting with me. You really did help me a lot during the Zoom meeting just to also see that I actually did do a good job with it, to also trust myself with it. So that's also just something to keep in mind. Trust yourself and just reach out whenever you need the help. You're going to get the help you need.